Hi everyone, it's Ann. Today we're going to take a look at a newly released Oracle deck called the Oracle of Pluto, a 55 card exploration of the undiscovered self. It was just released a few days ago, August 8, 2023, according to Amazon. Today is Friday, August 11th. So yeah, just this past Tuesday. I had pre-ordered it, so it came, I got it early, or right as, it arrived to Amazon. I guess they shipped it out, all the pre-orders. It's written by Aubrey, Houdeshell, and illustrated by Rose Ides. It's in a magnetic hard case box, pretty hues of pinks and purples. And it looks like the publisher is RP Studio. And here's the magnet. It's a pretty strong magnet. And it's a deck about your shadow self. And they didn't really have pictures or illustration to preview. So I did not know what I was getting. But I had seen it in Barnes & Noble bookstore. Of course, it was all sealed up, so I really didn't know, but we'll take a look more at the guidebook in advance. Now, the cards, they were all in wrapped. I unwrapped them, but it's in like a sleeve-like, so it's hot pink. So it's all one magnetic box. The cards are on one side, and then there's this little sleeve where the back cover of the book slides into it. So you have like a portable, compact little carrying case within the box. Now, having received and opened it, it looks like it's all animal, which I did not know it was an animal deck. And they represents your shadow self. And that looks like a scorpion. Of course, it's not reversible. And sides are not gilded. Buttery matte, flexible on the thinner side. Comparing it to a plaid back tarot deck, it is taller and wider, so they're larger, a little larger, not by too much. So let's zoom in and take a look. And the color theme is pinks and purples, and they have the name of the animal at the bottom. I thought it was kind of clever, since this is a deck in regards to your shadow self. They have these animals, but it's created by shadows to represent your shadow side. I thought that was clever. So I just wish they had another keywords besides just the animal keywords. So this is kind of hard to read unless you familiarize or memorize. I mean, in the book it tells you what the shadow side represents, but if you're reading, you don't necessarily want to look at the guidebook all the time. So we'll see. But let's go ahead and look at the cards. So we have goat, white tail. The cards are pretty. The images are pretty. I mean, it's representing the shadow side, your shadow side. So I thought it was clever. Crab, hawk, elephant, puppet master, friend, whirl, wolf, pigeon, goose, swallow, salamander, snake, moose, jellyfish, spider. That's interesting. Looks realistic. These shadows, they're pretty good. Doe. Yeah, they're pretty good. Hermit crab, hen, beautiful colors. Giraffe, porcupine, penguin, skunk, devil, alligator, crow, turkey, cardinal, kangaroo, shadow person, turtle, boar, tiger, rooster, mallard, unicorn, snail, squirrel, swan, fox, bear, cub, rabbit, lion, camel, frog, tapir, hippo, okapi, I don't know what this is, eagle, lizard, gazelle, griffin. So they're just illustration of different animals, puppets made by shadow to represent your shadow side. So let's take a look at the guidebook and see. So this is a little harder cover. Pages are nice and thick. This deck is dedicated to anyone who has dared to traverse their inner landscape and unearth the power that lay dormant there. Table of contents. Introduction. The Oracle of Pluto deck was birthed in tandem as an ode to Pluto, the venerable lord of the underworld, and as a vessel through which to delve deeper into our psyches, our shadows, our own personal underworlds, to become better acquainted with them. Too often people want to remain only in the light, equating darkness, which is to say our shadow, with something that is bad, undesirable, and or maybe even evil. This, however, is a dangerous misconception. The prolific psychiatrist and psychoanalyst Carl Jung believed our shadow included everything outside the light of consciousness, and that it was neither fundamentally good nor bad. Everyone carries a shadow. Jung wrote, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. Our shadow makes up half of who we are. It is not to be feared, but to be understood, not to be eradicated, but integrated. We cannot become whole versions of ourselves without stepping into our underworlds and greeting whatever lies down there. Through the process of unearthing this other side of ourselves, we can achieve potent transformation. That transformation is where Pluto comes in. So I'm not going to read the rest, but that gives you a taste of the intro, how to use this deck, reversals, the shadow card integrated. There's the spread integrating the shadow, the Plutonian, the unrecognized self, and then it goes into the cards. Goat. So there's no picture of the cards. So just the animal, the name of the animal, and they do put meanings of what it represents, like obstacles, strength, majesty, wisdom, endurance. I think it would have been nice if they put like these keywords underneath the animal on the card itself, because otherwise you're going to have to memorize it or look it up. Like I said, I think it would be more helpful, like puppet master, projection, distortion, the ego, self-awareness. Now, if you're not using this for divination, but just want to work on your shadow side, of course, you would, I guess, just do your readings for yourself, and whatever you get, you would look it up. Like pigeon would be situational awareness, knowing your way back home, the present moment. What comes to mind when you think of a pigeon? Your gut reaction may be a silly, if not ditzy, bird. Despite the unflattering reputation, these birds have also been used to deliver messages, signals, and other life-saving information throughout history. Their use is recorded as early as 3,000 years ago in ancient Rome. If the pigeon has graced you with its presence, now is the time to practice mindful awareness. Ground yourself into the present moment. Notice the space around you, its sights, its smells. Notice how you feel emotionally and how you feel physically as you take in the details around you. What new information emerges? Practice the same exercise for the situation that called you to use this deck in the first place. Alternatively, consider the idea that the only time is the present moment. We live in a society full of distractions. Grounding yourself into your body, your constant home, will bring you back into the present moment where clarity exists. Further reflection: remember that people will forever judge you by your actions and not your intentions. It may be time to check in with both and ask yourself if the two are aligned. If not, why not? What do you need to do to ensure that both are communicating the same thing? So, see, I mean, it's nice. The information is nice. So I would think this deck would be more for personal growth, self-transformation kind of deck, working on yourself. Maybe that was the author's intention versus divination, because you can't really use it. I mean, I guess you can if you learn the meanings, but this is for you to, I guess, draw and pull, trying to figure out what shadow side you're working with, and then I guess you would look it up. So here's another one. Let's look at rooster, meaning dominance. As the male half of this deck's poultry duel, the rooster exhibits incredible dominance. These birds are naturally territorial, aggressive, and in charge. If another rooster enters the flock, the two are quick to battle it out. If rooster energy is at play, you may find yourself being challenged by another alpha and having to assert your dominance. If this card has arrived alongside the hen, then you are in the area of power plays. Who is in submission and who is dominant? If you are feeling territorial or jealous, ask yourself why. Is it necessary for you to stand up for what's yours, or is this a moment to hang back? It's also possible that you are disregarding the boundaries and needs of other people to make sure you're the top dog. If that's the case, it's time to take a step back and recognize that relationships of all kinds work best where there is mutual respect for each other's autonomy. Just as you don't want to be stepped on, neither does anybody else. Further reflection. Consider the concept of peacocking, a term used when someone is showing off and making themselves seem bigger and bolder than they really are. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. One is rooted deeply in insecurity and the need to overcompensate, whereas the other is steadfast and tends to be much quieter. True confidence does not need to boast or brag, and real leaders know the value in respecting the people who follow them. Yeah, so this deck is more of like self-reflection, inner growth, self-help type of a thing that you would draw to figure out what shadow side that you're working with if you're ready to face your shadow side. Not everybody want to hear the bad side of themselves, but if you're truly ready and if you're curious what, shadow you need to work on, and brave enough to face it or ready to face it, you might want to work with this deck. Or if you like, animals in general, you might want this deck. But like I say, it's a little bit, it doesn't have as much information as I would like. Because for me personally, I like to use Oracle decks as clarifier cards for my tarot reading. So I guess I could, once I know the shadow side, I can pull it as a shadow, but I don't know. We'll see. And like I said, I didn't realize it was an animal deck, so I have so many, and I'm not that big into animal decks. But if it's something you like and something you're interested in checking it out, reading more about it, purchasing it, I will put the link in the description underneath the video as usual. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy that, and I will catch you again on the next video. Bye.